Hi guys, my name's Ben.
And I'm Andrea.
And we're the White Noise Podcast. We're going to be doing some short instructional videos that will hopefully be informative and entertaining, Andrea. What do you think?
That's the idea, and we're going to do our best.
Sounds good. Hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, so the first little video we're going to do for you is to show how to tie up a really scary model, most commonly a tag or a nasty heavy infantry, by moving into close combat with it. So as you can see with the picture in front of you, we've got a Machiavel, which is an extreme impetuous Toha model, and behind a corner of a building you can see the Sujian, which is a pretty imposing Yujing beast on the table. With the Machiavel, he is going to move his extreme impetuous move, which is 4 inches, and he's got to move towards the closest enemy model, which in this case is the Sujian. We've pre-measured this move, and so now he moves within the zone of control of the Sujian, but is out of line of fire of this model. The Sujian is therefore granted an ARO, which in this case is change face, and this is a pH-3 roll. Now, often you would do this change face if you're trying to move your model to see an oncoming threat. Now, in this case, it doesn't really matter for the Sujian, but he's going to roll, and let's just say he passes. So he changes slightly. That still does not give him line of fire on the Machiavel. What the Machiavel is now able to do is, with the second part of his order, he's able to move into base-to-base contact with the Sujian. What this does is effectively tie up the Sujian in close combat with the Machiavel, who has extremely powerful close combat skills. Now, as the active Toha player in this situation, you can either try and roll dice in CC and hopefully kill the Sujian off, or alternatively, you can just leave the model there and force your opponent to expend orders on it in its turn. So just remembering, for this trick or strategy to work, you need to be able to make sure that the second part of your movement skill is able to get into base-to-base contact with the model, and you need to ensure that you're not within line of fire of the model after the end of your first turn. So, can be a helpful trick or strategy on the table. Hope that helps. Okay guys, so the second rule we're going to show on the video tutorial today is cautious move. Now, for those viewers out there that don't know what cautious move is, it enables a model to move from a position where no one has line of fire on it to another position where no one still has line of fire on it, as long as that's within its first movement value. Now, by doing so, you're able to bypass a number of AROs in that movement value and not get shot. So, to try and better explain that, let's look at the situation in front of us now. We have a Sujian in combat form mode. Now, I'm going to hassle Sam Benson here because he hasn't painted the mobility form, but we'll actually be using this Sujian in its mobility form for the example of this video. Now, the Sujian has an 8-2 movement value. That is 8 inches for its first movement part. Now, what does it need to cautious move past? We have in the background a Goral MSV2 sniper, of course with Symbio mode. We have a Sukiel with missile launcher, everybody's favourite ARO piece, and we also have a Sekiel with Spitfire. And all of these bad boys are standing up, facing the door, and would normally be able to shoot any model that tries to move through it or across it. Enter cautious move. With the Sujian, it has the ability to move 8 inches, so from the corner of one of the buildings to the corner of the other building, and not take any AROs from the fire team Toha Triad. So think of this strategy when you're playing your next game. While it might not seem like such a powerful skill, the Sujian might be able to move up the flank in this situation, do a lot of damage with its Spitfire later on, while avoiding some potentially nasty AROs in this situation. So just remember, the old cautious move can be great on the table. Alright guys, so for our third and final instructional video, we have a Yujing player who's playing a Haktao in the ARO phase of his turn. Now, this Haktao is a beast of a model. It's ballistic skill 14, armor 5, TO, and in this situation he's in cover as well. The Yujing player is coming up against a Hakasam opponent. He, of course, brings a Ghazi Mutawiya, because why wouldn't you? This model comes in at 5 points, has a jammer, chain rifle, and smoke grenades. And behind the Ghazi, you can see a Jambazan with HMG, and this model has MSV2. Now, the turn starts with a Hakkasan player using the extreme impetuous order of the Gazi Mutawiyya and has to move 4 inches towards its closest model, which in this case is the Hak Tau. As you can see, as it moves, it has complete vision to all models around it, and so would be able to see the Jambazan at the start of its move. Now, the Ghazi has 2 options. In this situation, the Hak Tau is going to declare aero shoot, and the Ghazi decides that he wants to try and throw smoke. It could oppose the Hak Tau and throw smoke in front of it, thereby trying to give itself a fighting chance to stay alive. In this situation, however, what it is going to do is throw smoke over the Jambazan HMG to try and improve its shots, its chances of shooting the Hak Tau at a later part in the game. For the purposes of this little scenario, we're going to say that the Hak Tau succeeds at its shot against the Ghazi, and the Ghazi fails its armor save, and it would activate its dogged state in this situation. We're also going to say that the Ghazi succeeds at its smoke throw, which in this case would be 1 dice on a 15, and lands the smoke over the Jambazan HMG. So, what does this mean for the Hux players' next order? Well, the Jambazan now has MSV2, which cancels out the Hak Tau's TO, and in addition is able to shoot through smoke with its MSV2. The Jambazan's usual ballistic skill is 12, and so in this situation it would be +3 for range, -3 for cover, and it doesn't suffer the TO penalties because of its MSV2. Unfortunately, however, the Hak Tau is not so lucky. It has to take a -6 penalty because it's getting shot through smoke. It would be +3 for range and -3 for cover. So if we add all those dice up, that means the Jambazan is hitting 4 dice on a 12, while the Hak Tau is hitting 1 dice on an 8. In this situation, the Huk player gets lucky, pops the number of wounds on the Hak Tau and sends it straight into the unconscious state. So, when playing with smoke and MSV2, just remember the importance of using this skill in your games, and hopefully will get you more wins on the table.
Right, thanks for watching. This has been White Noise's first of hopefully potentially many video tutorials. This one's just been focusing on tactics in the game. We've really enjoyed doing it, and we hope you enjoy and get something out of it. My name's Sam Benson.
I'm Andrea, the guy that was moving the miniatures around, the finger guy.
The finger guy, and I was behind the camera today. So
because I'm a better looking one. Yeah, I got a better beard.
That's totally true. I'm jealous.
Yeah,
it's a lovely beard.
Yeah, you show me how you paint your miniatures, and I'll show you how to grow a beard.
It's a deal.
Yeah.
All right, so
check him out.
Check him out.
Check him out.
All right, so get in touch with Ben and Marty if you want to see more of this sort of thing. We've loved doing it, and it's been interesting and insightful for the hobby guy to learn a bit about the game, even if I was the other side of the camera.
It's an amazing opportunity to meet you and to be here and see these things unfolding, because always a good insight. Yeah.
Yep. And how do we get in touch with Ben and Marty to request more content?
Oh yes. You can follow the link in the description that Ben will provide you, or you can listen to me. Ben and Marty hat, not the hat, the thing, the little symbol. Outlook.com.au.
Outlook.com.au. You heard it here first.
Yeah, not the hat. Not the hat.
Outlet.